What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Team So Wealthy, you already know what's going on. They say the sky's the limit, but it ain't no limit for us, you feel me? Boom. Like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification bell so you can get notified every time I drop a video. You feel what I'm saying? Boom. In this video right here, I'm gonna be talking about doggone Gunna and Jump. You know, they say Gunna just came home a couple days ago, whatever. Doggone, they got court Jump. He supposed to be writing statements or whatever. They say he ain't testify. They ain't gonna testify, whatever. But it's a lot of stuff behind the case. Like, it's like, damn, man. It's like you got in that position now. Now you doggone. He pleading guilty. You know, I mean, he basically saying, you know, that this shit not just a label, you feel me? Like, that it is an organized crime Jump that they got going on, bro. Like, I mean, it's best to just keep your mouth closed and not plead nothing and go through it. But we gonna get into the video. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Let's get it. Let's go.
Around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Check it out now. Holy. Now,
Damn, DJ Academic so damn funny and shit. That dude, man, but dude, bro, but he was in possession, or they said they was in possession or whatever. They caught them both with the stuff, like, or whatever. And then they asked him, is it? When I first heard it, I thought she was saying, like, was it yours? And then he said yes, like saying yes, it was mine type jump. But she was saying, was it not his? Basically saying, was it the other person? Was it Young Thug's jump? Because I guess if it was just them two, it had to be one of y'all. I don't know the whole situation, but doggone, he like, yes, that it wasn't his. So that's doggone basically putting it on dude too. You basically dry snitching then. You feel what I'm saying? Saying it won't you, so it had to be him type jump. And then agreeing to a racketeering charge anyway, saying that you guilty, but not actually saying that you guilty, because that's kind of what a plea deal is anyway. Because you'll be saying you guilty without actually saying you guilty in the court, in the actual court. You feel me? But let's get back into it.
he's pushing please, or is he pushing cheese? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Young Gunna. He's been released from jail, and according to the cops, they claim the case with him is over. Now, this sounds a little bit odd. He was supposedly facing up to 20 years in jail, even though we all agreed he ain't really had nothing to do with nothing. He got denied bond 4 times, only for a month later for them to say, nah, just go home, bro. You good. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, Gunna has struck an historic outward plea, and we're going to have to talk about that in the future weeks coming, because I guarantee as rap try to figure out how the heck he got out of this junk, they're going to be trying to pinpoint and locate what that plea means. Now, the rapper negotiated a plea called an Alford plea, which means he didn't have to admit he did a crime, but he also acknowledges that it's in his best interest to plead guilty for the crime, okay? Now, the charge that he faced was 1 count of conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corruption Act, which is the RICO charge, and he was essentially sentenced to 5 years, okay? Now, 4 of those years are going to be suspended. If you don't know what that means, basically, it's like probation with 4 years hanging over your head. If you fuck up, you go back for 4 years. However, he had to serve only 1 year in jail. Now, he's been in there for about like 6-7 months. They commuted the 6-7 months, which means that's going to equal to 1 year. So basically, he just got to go home, okay? Now, he got out actually yesterday, and also he's going to be required to do a few things. Number one, 500 hours of community service. He has to talk to kids and encourage kids not to get into gangs. Now, he did put out a statement. He said, while I've always agreed to be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear. I've not made any statements, not been interviewed, have not cooperated, and have not agreed to testify to be a witness for or against any party in the case, and absolutely have no intention of being involved in the trial in any process in any way. Now, listen, however y'all want to think about this, let me just.
But if you writing statements, whether you get on the stand or not, if you writing statements saying certain stuff, but even if you not directly telling on other people, or you probably just dry snitching, telling them, once you writing statements, period, you doing that. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, cause you got yourself in a situation, but when you writing them statements, you feel what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you just pled guilty to the label or whatever, being an organized crime junk. You feel what I'm saying? So now you telling them basically it is organized crime. You feel what I'm saying? It was best for them to just stick to the label script, like this is a label, this ain't no organized crime and stuff like that. It was best for them to stick to that script and stick to that script or whatever. You feel me? Type junk. You feel me? That this not, no, it's not organized crime. This a label type junk. You feel what I'm saying? But once you start talking and start taking pleas and start doing stuff like that, you messing the case up then. You feel what I'm saying? Cause if everybody be quiet during the case, you'll come home, and then on top of that, they were saying that they didn't even have no real evidence on dude for real. You feel me? So if he would have been quiet, he probably wouldn't have had to do nothing but the 5 years they were offering him or whatever. But cause they said they had 20 years over his head, but they probably wouldn't have gave him number 5. You feel me? Or whatever. You gonna lay down for 5 years and come back home. You feel what I'm saying? And then y'all won't. But now they gonna really dig themselves in more deeper trouble. Like, he might be more straight cause he done came home and everything. But Young Thugger, he, excuse my language, but he fucked. You feel me? So I mean that's how that is, cause everybody going against dude, and it's people that done wrote statements directly on dude that I done seen in the case. And I don't know if he wrote statements directly at dude, which he was saying they were saying right here they didn't write direct statements, but he probably was dry snitching, but won't directly pointing fingers at dude or whatever, and then not gonna get on the stand. But you gonna have to get on the stand. You gonna have to get on the stand regardless. You gonna have to get on the stand in front of the folks. But you ain't got to say too much. But you gonna have to get on that stand. You feel what I'm saying? People gonna know who always writing statements. Like Young Thug gonna know Jeffrey, whatever his name is. He gonna know who was writing statements on him. You feel me? Because it's gonna come all in his motion discovery. You feel me? He gonna have his motion, and he gonna be able to. They gonna have copies of everybody who wrote a statement. Everybody that's on the case, like all 24, 28, how many ever people on the case. They gonna have statements from everybody that wrote a statement. He'll get a copy of that, so he'll know who said what and what they said and all type of stuff. So let's get back
To tell you my personal thoughts, I don't think Gunna snitched. I think Gunna told the truth. Okay? Now, these are the reasons why some people.
what's the difference.
People might raise an eyebrow, though. Okay? Apparently, even though in a statement he says he will not take the stand, it is a condition of his plea that if he's called on to testify, he has to testify, okay? Even though he could claim the Fifth Amendment, which means he could tell on other people, but he can't. He has a right.
Oh, he could claim he could hop on the stand. He gonna have to. I'll tell you that he gonna have to get on that stand. Once you're doing stuff like that, you gonna have to get on that stand, and they gonna really make you testify against the people that you saying. You feel me? They gonna make you testify for real. But like you say though, you can get up there and plead the Fifth and not have nothing to say. But I mean, it really don't hold no weight when you done already wrote stuff down on paper. You feel what I'm talking about? They talking about believe in black and white. Yeah, when you wrote it on paper, it's stamped. You done stamped that. You feel what I'm saying? Like a person that done been through charges, like I done been through stuff in my life, and there's no statement that you could pull up with my name on it writing it against somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? And none of the stuff that I've been through, I'm going through big crimes. My Cody, he ain't having his motion. No, you feel me? Statements with my name on it saying no. If it's gonna come in black and white, they gonna have it. When I was going through, I had statements on who was writing statements in our case. You feel what I'm saying? So you gonna have that type of stuff, and that's really you telling. You writing a statement, you telling. Whether you telling on yourself or the next person, or dry snitching on the next person.
Right to invoke his Fifth Amendment, not to tell on himself. Now, here's the thing also that comes with this plea, okay? Basically, in court, and you guys saw the video, he swore that he has personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang, and he's also said that he was more in the music side, and he said that YSL, the gang, must end. He also admits, and he says, I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent in music has indirectly furthered YSL, the gang, to the detriment of my community. And also, he attested in a plea deal that he was in a car with Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey.
I mean, I feel like if you gonna get into a crime or something like that and start, and when you get locked up and when everything hit the fan, it ain't going all good as it was. People, you feel what I'm saying? Like all the money, the girls, and all the stuff it was all good before, and now it ain't good when it's on the other side. You feel me? Everybody locked up. You feel me? Like you can't start telling them. You can't start doing that. Like that be the thing. Like if you was with it, you gotta stay with it. When you back there, you gotta stay solid. And then on top of that, if people will be quiet, you will beat the case. If people learn how to be quiet, you'll beat the case. Once people start running their mouth on the case, that's gonna mess the whole case up. You feel me? And then they gonna start pointing fingers at the main person. Then other people probably pointed at some other people. Then they probably start folding up, be like, oh no, I ain't about to go down like that. I'm pointing the finger at him. You feel me? And he might be the main person that was doing stuff or whatever. Then pressure get folded on him. I done seen it with old guys just go ahead and tell on themselves for real because everybody done told on them. You feel me? And it's like that messed the whole case up. If people just be quiet and just go do the time or go do whatever they got to do, and you won't even have that much time, people you can make it up out of the case, you know. But hey, I ain't in the situation. I don't say what I would do or whatever, cause I know what I do. But everybody not like that, you know.
Williams when officers pulled him over, and when they found hydrocotton, methamphetamine, and a firearm, he's saying, I'm putting it on the record, that gun and them drugs ain't mine, okay? Now, basically, you could kind of say this ain't pointing the finger, but it's the elbow, whatever you want to call it. But essentially,
dry snitching. That's dry snitching. If it's me and you, it's two of us in the car. I don't know if it was two of them. It could have been more. But I'm just saying, if it's two of us in the car, we get pulled over. We got codeine, we got meth, we got guns in here, all type of stuff in the car. We get pulled over. They find it. You feel me? Ain't none of us saying it's ours. Neither one of us, me or you, not saying it's ours. We both gonna get hit with that. We both gonna be wearing that. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? And then when it come into court, I can't be like, oh, or then in the situation, I can't be like, oh, it ain't mine. But I ain't saying whose it is, but it ain't mine. It's only two of y'all. It's one of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? But it ain't mine. So basically, you dry snitching on the next person, keep saying that it ain't yours. You feel what I'm saying? Saying it ain't yours, you basically saying that it's his. You might as well go ahead and say that it's his, because that's basically what you doing. You feel me? Tight joint. So that's what that is. You dry snitching.
He is in a tough position, and he could be called on to testify. Again, I'm not here to litigate street codes and street rules. If y'all want to call it that, he told, who knows? For some people, you ain't tell till you get up on the stand. Right now, I don't think nobody's.
No, you telling when you writing paperwork, when you writing statements, when you writing paperwork on that paper, it don't matter if you get on that stand or not. You feel what I'm saying? You writing statements. You telling them. But everybody don't go by no snitching code. Let's get that clear. You feel me? It ain't no snitching code if you a citizen. If you a regular citizen that not in the streets, don't follow by the street codes or none of that stuff. You ain't never been. You a regular citizen. Yes, you was a regular citizen like the 6ix9ine dude. He wasn't no gang member. He wasn't no street dude. You feel me? So he shouldn't been following no code. I don't blame him for telling on them folks because he really wasn't no street dude. He's a citizen. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what he gonna do. You could tell you's a citizen. You're not no street person. You don't follow no street codes. That's what people gotta understand. You're not no snitch and none of that. If you just a regular citizen, you don't follow these street codes that these street dudes follow. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what dude gotta understand because he not no street dude. He's a citizen. You feel me? So you're not snitching when you tell on somebody. You feel what I'm saying? You snitching when you tell on somebody if you a street dude and you involved with the activity and you willing to be involved with the activity that's going on.
Going to trial, so I don't think he'll ever get on the stand. But if it goes to trial with at least one of these guys, basically this plea says Gunna has to take the stand. Okay, we will see though. You guys can comment, make sure you guys like them, subscribe. Historic plea, but Gunna is actually free, man. Get a comment, make sure you guys like them, subscribe. Do you consider him one of those, or listen? It's always what my man Wax says: selective politicking. I don't care either way. I love Gunna's music.
It's gonna be selecting part of some, but people still gonna fuck with him. I mean, whether you can go in that mug and pull a 6ix9ine, I'm talking about going in that mug and tell on everybody. You feel me? Hop on the stand, right in front of people and tell, come back home, keep your career going and everything. Certain people gonna fuck with you. Certain people not. You feel me? Certain people that's really in the streets, not really about that, not gonna fuck with you. Some people that, you feel me? People that just don't care. They not street people. You feel me? It's about the money. They gonna mess with you. So I mean, that's how it go. It don't matter. It don't matter about that. You feel me? It don't matter about that at all. You feel me? Real. Like, but they still gonna mess with you at the end of the day. You feel me? When you come home. You feel me? Regardless. Certain people still gonna listen to his music. Certain people still gonna do features with him. Certain people not now. You feel me? Because I'm wholeheartedly, that's telling. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even if you telling on yourself, because if you telling on yourself, you definitely tell on somebody else. That's how I feel. So, you feel me? Like, I feel like it's big telling. I feel like he done messed up. I feel like he should have just kept his mouth closed. Whatever he do know or whatever, he should have kept that to himself and just go through the ride. Because I feel like no. I mean, they probably won't try to, because they already handled, like, you feel me? They let him out, gave him a little time served, stuff like that, so he can be able to get out. But he get in trouble, he got time hanging over his head or whatever. You feel me? They might not railroad him. He done got off a little bit, you feel me? He done got off just for saying that, but then, dude, they not gonna let him off like that. They finna fry him. You feel me? You just threw him. You just said, forget Thug. You just threw him under the bus right there, and they about to fry him. You threw him right in the grease. They about to fry Thug now, cause it was already people. Like when the case first hit, there's already was telling on them or whatever. So, and then now you supposed to be big fish in the game, and now you saying something that you was a part of this, and you was a part of that or whatever, and the whole statement that Thug was trying to give, that this is a music label, we not no organized crime or none of that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? That's what he was giving to them. But dude come and say, yeah, we is organized crime, and I was a part of it, and I was contributing to it and stuff like that, bro. And that's gonna get y'all right. But get you off, but get this man and probably other people fried, but most likely dude. But that's gonna be it for this video right here. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section, whatever. You feel me? And I'll be back with another one. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.
Be the fam, that's what they call me. I promise that you never be lonely. Be the fam.